The inspiration of Spring Summer 15 is actually from speed. I am addicted to speed. I love sitting in a race car and the feeling from skydiving. Images become color, it transforms. And from colors, it transforms to transparency. And that transparency turns into illusions. It's very abstract feeling, but it's a very strong feeling. I'm trying to bring this to this collection. In this season, the focus is illusions. The first look of the Spring 15 that I designed is the dress with a cross at the back, done by a hand-woven material. I always like the back of women. I find it very seductive, at the same time very elegant. This dress sometimes reminds me of a little tennis dress. It gives that energy. At the same time, this material, when it moves, that illusions that it creates, it makes it interesting. Like in terms of material, I use this hand-woven bamboo basket weave, which is inspired by Chinese very traditional technique. But this time I used kids leather mixing with the iridescent PU. So it's a classic material and also at the same time a high-tech material from the West done by this hand craftsmanship in China. When it moves, it creates illusions from colors and texture. And in terms of cutting, there are some styles with transparency pinstripe. I layer them so when it moves, the fabric actually flow behind you. When the pinstripes, they are overlaying, it creates the illusions. It's like how you see usually the optical illusions. It somehow also creates speed. For this Spring 15, it is the first time I used so many colors. It's spring, it should be beautiful, it should be full of energy. It's like in the speed, in the color spectrum. So you see me having a very strong violet and going to a bright orchid color and then go into a pastel lavender. So it is how when you're traveling in high speed, you see something very, very solid. But when it's fading, the colors become lighter and lighter. So in this collection, there's actually a few items. The bustier, it makes the waist like this big. Because I used to work and learned in Paris in a over 100 years old lingerie couture salon where I learned how to make all this. That actually is a very complicated construction. It takes many hours with a lot of bonings, but I try to do it with sports fabric. It brings back the historical technique and the silhouette. At the same time, it adds the high-tech material and the sports feeling into it. So for this collection, it looks very sportive. That is the way how we style it. We want to tell the story. But in fact, it's actually when you break it all up into pieces, there are a lot of very dressy pieces. What I want to put it into this collection is the energy, the excitement of speed, the energy and the power of sports. But for the actual clothing and for styles, it's still feminine.
扫描二维码加微信，第一时间收看所有节目。